Good morning, Rocketeers. Happy Tuesday. Happy Spirit Week. Today's Spirit Day is crazy hair. I don't have crazy hair today, and it's also Jersey Day, which I do have. I do have my jersey on. San Jose Sharks. Hockey, if you guys were wondering, that is a hockey team. This is hockey, so I decided to wear my jersey today. Thank you for joining me for the read aloud. We're going to go ahead and get started. When we are reading informational text, there are 3 questions we need to ask ourselves. That is question number 1 is, what is the precise topic? Question number 2, what is the text teaching me about this topic? And question number 3, what is the author's point of view? Why would anybody write a book about this? That's what you need to ask yourself. Why would they want to write about this? What am I learning from them? So we already read 2 informational texts. The first one you guys actually read with Mr. Rendon, which was U.S. symbols. And in that informational text, the author mentioned about 4 important symbols of the United States. The first one was the flag. The next one was the Statue of Liberty, the Liberty Bell, and the bald eagle. Yesterday with me, we read about F is for flag, and in that informational text, we learned that the flag, the first flag, had how many stars? 13 stars, which is kind of amazing because a long time ago, we only had 13 colonies, 13 states, and it also had the stripes. Now our flag has how many stars? 50 stars, because now there's 50 states, and then we still kept the 13 stripes to represent the 13 first colonies. And we also learned that Betsy Ross made the flag, and that the flag had its own song and birthday, which I did not know it had a birthday. Did not know that. That's something new that I'm learned. So even grown-ups are learning new information every day, guys, believe it or not. So before we get started with our informational text and the symbol, I want to talk about where we can find the symbol. In our screen right now, we have the map of the United States with all 50 states. El mapa de los Estados Unidos con 50 estados. This red one right here is California. Rojo es California, es donde vivimos. This is where we live. And the city we live in is San Jose, which is about right over here, where my arrow is. Today, we're going to learn about a U.S. symbol that is actually not in California, believe it or not, Rocketeers. It's in Pennsylvania, which is this red state right over here. And it's in the state of Pennsylvania, but the symbol is in Philadelphia, which is the city. Este es otro estado donde vamos a leer. El estado es Pennsylvania, acá este estado. En Philadelphia es la ciudad que está adentro del estado. So here we have San Jose. This is where we are. And we have the city of Philadelphia right over here. That's pretty far. Para que se puedan imaginar, aquí está San Jose, aquí es donde estamos nosotros, y acá está la otra ciudad, donde vamos a leer donde está algo significado importante para los Estados Unidos. If we wanted to fly, Rocketeers, it would take us 5 hours. Si queremos volar por avión, nos va a tomar como 5 horas. But if we want to drive, manejar, 43 hours or 44 hours. 43 horas o 44 horas. About 2 days. That's pretty crazy. What would you guys do? Would you guys drive there or fly? Raise your hand if you would drive. Oh, some of you would drive. Raise your hand if you would fly. My son would fly. I would not drive. I don't want to be stuck in the car for about 2 days. No. Okay, so when we're reading informational text, again, we want to ask ourselves, what is the precise topic? What is the text teaching me about this topic? And what is the author's point of view? What am I learning about this informational text? Cuando estamos leyendo libros sobre cosas que se trata de información, nos tenemos que preguntar qué es lo que se trata el libro, qué estoy aprendiendo, por qué el autor escribió este libro, qué es lo que estoy aprendiendo sobre el libro. The title of the book is The Liberty Bell by Mary Firestone. And here we have the table of contents. Again, table of contents gives you a little glimpse, a little preview of what you're going to read about. All right, Rocketeers, so here we have our table of contents, and let's read it. It says, what is the Liberty Bell? A call to gather, the bell makers, ring of freedom, keeping it safe, who named the bell, a final ring, the bell traveled, and celebrating freedom. Oh, that's what I'm going to read about. Let's find out. Welcome to the Liberty Bell. I'm Clara, a tour guide at the Liberty Bell Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Oh, what is the Liberty Bell? The Liberty Bell is a famous symbol of freedom. The bell was made when Great Britain still ruled over the American colonies in 1776. Colonists rang the bell when they decided to break free from the British rule. Are you wondering how the Liberty Bell got cracked? Well, read to find out. A call to gather. Early American settlers needed a way to announce important events. Because believe it or not, Rocketeers, back then, a long time ago, there were no cell phones, no internet, no computers, none of that. So when people wanted to find out, this phone was not available. The best way was by ringing a bell. You see, the toll of the bell would bring people to their town square to find out what was going on. So they would ring the bell, people would come out, and then they would find out what was going on. Antes no habían celulares, internet, computadoras, nada. So lo que hacían es con una campana, sonaba una campana y salían la gente para ver qué es lo que estaba pasando antes. In 1751, the people of the Pennsylvania colony ordered a large bell from Great Britain. They needed a bell for a government building in Philadelphia. The building was called the State House. The bell was tested after it arrived, and the people of Philadelphia found that the bell was cracked. Oh no! They just got this brand new bell, and it was already cracked. How many of you have ever gotten a toy, brand new toy, in a box, and you opened it, and you found out that it was broken already? I have. Miss M, once I had a brand new cell phone, and I opened it. I didn't drop it. I didn't kick it, none of that. And it was cracked, and it was brand new. That's what happened with the bell. It was brand new, and it was already cracked. Ay, ay, ay. The bell makers. John Pass and John Stowe were given the job of making a better bell. The men were founders. A founder is a person who makes things out of metal. Pass and Stowe melted the bell from Great Britain and added new metals to it. In March 1753, the colonists tested the new bell, but they still didn't like the sound of it. Pass and Stowe melted the bell again and made yet a new bell. Leaders in Philadelphia decided to keep Pass and Stowe's second bell. It became the official State House bell. So they're fixing it. But Rocketeers, before we move on, let's just try to remember our questions. What is the topic of our informational text? What are we reading about? That's right, we're reading about the Liberty Bell, because we've heard that mentioned a lot. So that's our topic. Ring of Freedom. The bell at the State House rang often. Its sound called citizens together for a special event. On July 8, 1776, the bell rang to announce very important news. The bell's toll that day called people to hear the first reading of the Declaration of Independence. This is a very important document that Ms. M will talk about later. Very important. Keeping it safe. During the Revolutionary War, battles against the British broke out in Philadelphia. In 1776, the bell was moved to the village of Allentown, Pennsylvania, and hidden under the floor of a church. When the British left Philadelphia in 1778, a year later, the bell was returned to the State House from 1790 all the way into 1800. Philadelphia was the capital of the United States. Who named the bell? Well, let's find out. The Liberty Bell has a message of freedom written on it. It says, proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. These words mean that all Americans should be free. In the 1830s, many people in the United States wanted to end slavery. These people believed Americans should be free no matter the color of their skin. They began using the bell as a symbol of their belief. They printed drawings of the bell on their newspaper and pamphlets. One such pamphlet included a poem called The Liberty Bell. The State House bell was soon known by this new name. So, Miss M is going to stamp it because this is very important. What does the Liberty Bell symbolizes, Rocketeer? What does the Liberty Bell, what's the message? Message of freedom. That's right. The Liberty Bell symbolizes freedom. That means everybody should have the right to whatever. Everyone should be treated equally. No one should be told what they can do and what they could do. Like, everyone is treated equally. It symbolizes freedom. A final ring. Each year, the bell rang out to celebrate the birthday of George Washington, the country's first president, who was born on February 22nd. On that date, Americans celebrated the birth, his birthday and the great deeds he has done. Something went wrong on Washington's birthday in 1846. People in Philadelphia rang the Liberty Bell many times that day, a lot. Ding, 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 ding. Finally, a strange sound came out. A small crack in the metal had grown longer. The bell would never ring loudly again. So if we remembered, it was already cracked when it was brand new. But they kept ringing it, and the crack got longer. They broke it more. Oh no. The bell travels. Slavery ended in the United States in 1865. The Civil War had been won by the North, and all the slaves were free. Soon, the Liberty Bell took on a new meaning. It was used to help bring people in the North and South together again. Because a long time ago, we had the North and the South. They were friends. We were a great country, but then they started to treat people differently, and they didn't like that, and they separated. So that's what started a war. But after that, the war was over. We had to come together again. The Liberty Bell was taken to cities across the country. It was displayed in New Orleans, Chicago, Atlanta, and other places. It helped all Americans remember the history they shared. How does the illustration, Rocketeers, connect to what we read so far? What do we see in this illustration? Well, let's see. We see a train, and what's this on the back of the train? The Liberty Bell. And what did the author say it was used? To bring what to? To bring people together. That's right. So the illustration is showing me that the bell was traveling to other states so people can remember what the bell symbolized, which was freedom. Celebrating freedom. In 1976, the United States had its Bicentennial. That means 200 years had passed since the colonies broke free from Great Britain. A building called the Liberty Bell Pavilion was built for the celebration. Special building. I wonder what they put in that building. Let me read it again. A building called the Liberty Bell Pavilion. What do you think they put in that pavilion? Let's find out. The bell was taken out of the State House, which had become known as Independence Hall, and was hung in the new pavilion. The new building made it easier for the crowds of people to see the bell. The Liberty Bell got its own building. Whoa, so people can go see it. Because first it was all the way up here. Do you think people were able to go all the way up there? No, it looks too crowded. So look at this one. I think it fits more people in this new building. The Liberty Bell is part of the Independence National Historical Park. You can see the Liberty Bell anytime, day or night. It's enclosed in glass and it's always visible. Goodbye. Thank you for visiting. Wow. So we just read The Liberty Bell by Mary Firestone, and I'm going to ask myself, Rocketship, because I got done reading the book, why did the author Mary write this book? What did we learn about our topic? Think about it. What did you guys learn about today? Our topic was the bell, but what did you guys learn about the bell? What does it symbolize? You guys remember? Let me go back. It symbolizes freedom. They rang it. This was an important page right here because the first sentence, Mary, the author, wrote, "The Liberty Bell has a message of freedom written on it." So somebody wrote a message of freedom on the bell. What did you guys learn? I want to know what you guys learned. I'm going to give you my answer already, okay? Miss M learned that the Liberty Bell was used to bring people together and it symbolizes freedom. That's what I learned from our book today. Drop it in the answer box. I want to know what you guys learned. I want to see your sportswear and your crazy hair. And thank you for joining me. And I will see you guys tomorrow, Wednesday. We're going to find out what other U.S. symbol we're going to read about. And we have something, when we're done reading all these symbols, guys, there's going to be a fun little project that you guys are going to do at home. But I won't tell you yet because I want to read all these symbols so you guys can kind of get an idea for our project. All right. But thank you, and I'll see you.